It is fall, and the streams and wetlands of Northern California come alive with special guests. Thousands of migrating birds will leave their northern breeding nests and head south for warmer weather in California. The late fall will also bring another migration, depending on the species. After spending up to 7 to 8 years maturing in the Pacific Ocean, salmon will begin their journey back to their natal streams. For Chinook salmon, also known as king salmon, the average is 2 to 4 years. Most will then journey back to their birth streams. Some, being lost, will blindly follow a fellow traveler. As they leave the salt water and enter fresh water, their organs begin to deteriorate. This is a one-way trip. Their journey is solely to spawn and create a new generation who will repeat the cycle of life. Today we investigate Dry Creek, a small tributary of the Sacramento River. Dry Creek flows west through Rockland, Roseville, and finally just a little north of Sacramento. Dry Creek joins Steelhead Creek and finally flows into the Sacramento River. In Roseville, two streams meet, Secret Ravine and Miners Ravine. Together they create Dry Creek. It is near the confluence of these streams where we meet Petra. Petra explains that there are 5 important species of salmon native to the North American West Coast, from Northern California to Alaska.
My name is Petra, and I learned to remember the 5 kinds of salmon by the 5 fingers of my hand. The thumb stands for the chum salmon. The index finger, because you can suck somebody in the eye with that, that is your sockeye salmon. The middle finger, since it's the longest, tallest finger, is your king, so that's your king or Chinook salmon. The ring finger stands for the silver salmon, because you wear maybe a silver ring on that finger, and your pinky makes you remember your pink salmon. The 5 salmons.
Of the 5 salmon species, Chinook salmon has chosen Dry Creek to spawn. It was said that in early California, the numbers of Chinook salmon spawning in our local streams was so thick with fish, you could walk across the stream on salmon, never touching the river bottom. Hydraulic mining, dams, urbanization, as well as chemicals dumped into our streams all have contributed to the decline of our wild salmon numbers. If we remove barriers, keep our streams clean, restore stream beds, there is hope we can restore our salmon runs. Grab a calculator. In her shallow graveled nest, a female Chinook salmon can lay between 3,000 and 6,000 eggs. Fertilized by the male, the eggs will hatch in about 12 weeks. At this point, only 15% of her eggs will have survived. The young salmon will feed on aquatic insects. Without clean streams, the young salmon will not survive. If only 1% of her eggs survive and grow to adulthood, how many adult salmon would we see returning to Dry Creek in 2 to 4 years?
Things about doing the salmon surveys is getting to see these 3-foot-long fish swimming in creeks that sometimes are only 5 to 10 feet wide. So you really have a fish that is half the size of this creek. I think that really speaks to the persistence and determination of these fish, which is what I find that people admire most about these species. They make their way all the way from the Pacific Ocean, 125 miles away, a long, arduous journey getting past predators just to come here and spawn and reproduce. I think in that sense, it humanizes the species a little bit, and it's something that we look up to this species, and it makes us care about them that much.